Writing for social media can be tricky, but the good news is it can actually be easier than traditional writing with a few little tricks. I'm going to show you 5 social media writing tricks today. And I'll tell you, I don't want to call the 5th one controversial necessarily, but it is one that I'm currently fighting with a client about. Let's get into it. Welcome back to 5-Minute Social Media, where I teach you how to do the best possible social media in the least amount of time. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're coming back, thank you. If you haven't taken a second to subscribe, please do so. Subscribe down below the video here. So, social media writing, it's its own special art. And I've got 5 tips to show you today. Let me ask you this. Have you ever watched somebody scrolling through their social media feed? I mean, you know how you do it, but it's even more amazing if you're standing on a bus or a subway or something, you can watch other people do it. I mean, they are flying. And so if they're even going to have a chance of reading the words that you wrote, they've got to be written in a certain way. So this is social media writing techniques, but really writing for scrollers or skimmers, so you can actually get their attention before they're on to the next thing. By the end of this video, you'll be able to write better to catch people's attention. These techniques are a combination of common sense and years of practicing writing for different brands and types of clients on different social media networks. In my opinion, overall, writing on social media is much more casual compared to like Oxford style, or you may have heard the term AP style of writing. That being said, grammar, spelling, still very important. No one's going to take you seriously or hire you if you don't even have the basics down. Before I get into the 5 tips, a few things to consider. Things are going to be different from brand to brand. For example, if you're a fast food chicken place, you might write, "Wanna get a bite of this chicken?" or "want to take a bite of this chicken?" Meanwhile, a law office is always going to write "want to." They're never going to write "wanna." Also, generally when you're writing for social media, you want to get the most information out in the fewest amount of words. A phrase I learned years ago, dazzle with brevity. I love it because that phrase says so much in 3 words, and that's what you're trying to do with social media writing. Catch their attention, get your point across, and move on. Sometimes I will write longer things and then go back and shorten it, and if that works for you, you can try that as well. So 5 tips, 5 social media writing techniques. Let's get into them. Tip number 1, never write out numbers in social media. You're, again, trying to get people's attention, and the more long words they see in a post, the harder it is for them to grasp before they've scrolled on. So never write E-I-G-H-T, just write the number 8. Tip number 2, capitalize the important words. We don't have the benefit of italics or bold in social media, so you have to find other ways to make certain words stand out. And by the way, when I say capitalize, I mean just the first letter of the word. I don't mean all caps, as you know, that is associated with yelling, and that is definitely going to drive people away. Tip number 3, tag other accounts and use hashtags just for emphasis. We were talking about how we don't have the ability to use bold and italics the way we would on a blog post, but if you tag somebody on the social networks or if you hashtag something, they will show up in a different color. Of course, use common sense and use it sparingly. If you make super long hashtags, they become even harder to read. Tip number 4, unless you have really loyal followers, space things out. Maybe the first sentence is its own line, and then you go to the next one, just so that you can have a chance to capture somebody's attention. They see a block of text, they may not read it at all. But if you have one line and it's captivating, then they'll move on to the next part. Tip number 5, use emojis. Not abuse emojis, just use emojis. Don't go crazy, but they add color and a little fun, and you can convey emotion through your posts that way. Now, this is actually a tip that I disagree with one of my clients on right now. They are a high-end restaurant, highest of the high, and they do not want any emojis on their stuff. Even though their guests constantly comment on their posts using emojis. That's the way their guests communicate, but they've said no to that. And I'm not worried about them seeing this because we have agreed to disagree on that. And you can agree to disagree with me as well. Now, depending on your brand, you may not want to go crazy, but if you are a restaurant whose servers smile at customers, then you should be able to use a smiley face emoji in your social media posts. So there you go, 5 tips for social media writing, and beyond that, have fun, relax, and make sure to give your customers value. Write things that have something in it for them, not just for you. In fact, I have another video about making more money by selling less, and I've got the link right down in the comments. Got a social media writing trick that I missed, or do you agree or disagree strongly with one of those? Let me know that in the comments as well. Take a second to subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep making the best possible social media in the least amount of time and teaching you how to do it through these videos. And take a second and give this video a like. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for checking out 5-Minute Social Media.